And this is our nest box in action. Holly gave birth last night. I came out, I saw some, fur on the bottom of the cage. This is not the fur we're talking about when I talk about them pulling fur and lining the nest with it. This is just the leftovers from when she was pulling. This is what the nest box full of fur looks like with the kits inside. You can see some bumping and wriggling. These are really active, strong sounding kits. I don't tend to do much in the early days. I kind of put my hand over the top of the fur just to make sure, that we do actually have kits in there, because some of them will pull fur and in anticipation, but before the kits are born. So now I know that the kits were born. These are pretty obvious because, I had my hand in there a few minutes ago. Other than that, as far as handling, a lot of breeders say they handle them with no problems. The idea that they're going to get your scent and mom's going to get upset and eat them, that's really not as common as people talk about. And your rabbits should be pretty used to your scent, just kind of peeking in there, touching isn't really going to get a lot of scent on them anyway. I will very quickly try to see if I can find one just so you can get a look at what a brand new baby kit looks like. Let's see. And here we go. This is, he's hard to see because this one's actually black, but they're furless. There's no fur, only skin. The fur will start to come in a few days. This looks like a really good size, very healthy kit. You can see it wants to get back in there with its litter mates where it's warm and protected. So I won't keep it out and bother it very long. See how easily they wriggle right back in the nest. They all do a good job between themselves and the mother of regulating the temperature in there. You really don't need to mess around with them. If unfortunately a death should occur, good mothers are good about pulling them out of the nest box and cleaning them out. I've had one where, it was a runt, kind of failure to thrive. Not a surprise, it happens in nature. And I came out and it was kind of tucked in the front corner of the box, and that was mom pulling it out of the nest to protect the rest of them and kind of leaving it there. Some of them will eat it, so that's not uncommon either. It's an instinct to keep the box clean. So you don't necessarily, if you find that you might come out and find her eating one or something, or one that was chewed on, don't necessarily blame the mother because there might be a good reason for it. I would be hesitant to jump to too many conclusions unless you find her eating like all of them. But by and large, personally, I try not to interfere and intervene too much. I believe that nature is perfectly capable of taking its course, and these moms, most of them know what to do. If I do have a mother that's not a good mother, eventually she gets cut from the program, because I really do select hard for good litter sizes and good mothering instinct. And if they just don't have it, after 2 or 3 breedings, well, then I'm going to use that space in those inputs for a rabbit that is taking better care of her kits, overall producing more, and I'm getting more out of it. It costs just as much to feed an inferior rabbit as it does to feed a superior rabbit. And you can see, again, Holly's pretty comfortable with this. I've given her a couple of snacks of some of her favorite sunflower seeds to distract her a little bit while I was, doing this video and touching her kits and whatnot a little bit. But now it's time to leave her alone and leave her be. And that's it. I'll just let her do her thing. I'll check in here a couple of times, but I won't really be disturbing her. And especially because she's such a well-proven mother. This is at least her 8th litter, I think. I really don't worry too much about her. I might check in a little bit more on a less proven doe, but Holly, I know she's going to do what she does best, and that's raise great kits.